Hello, thank you. My name is Timothy James, as you may know me, and I want to take a few minutes to share something personal. As many of you may know, if you were on my Facebook in 2023, I went through a very serious health battle. You're going to see some pictures here that are just highlighting just some of the events that I went through since then. During that time, I lost my job, faced growing medical expenses, and struggled just to keep my life stable. It was one of the hardest seasons I've been through ever. And what carried me through that was prayer, encouragement, and the kindness of many people. I'll never forget that support. I'm grateful to say today that my health is fully restored. I'm stronger and healthier than I've been in many, many years. But after recovering, I entered a long and painful period of unemployment that lasted nearly 2 years. I did everything I could to stay afloat. Eventually, I had to sell my duplex and Airbnb business just to survive while continuing to search for work. The emotional toll of that time was heavy, and there were moments when it felt like I was starting over again and again. And by late 2025, I made a difficult decision to break my apartment lease to avoid running out of money entirely. But prior to that, though, I did, regain my health fully, and I was really grateful for that through the grace of God. A longtime friend of mine generously allowed me to stay with them and his family while I tried to figure out my next steps. That's when I fully committed to teaching abroad and following in the footsteps of my younger brother that left the U.S. in 2016 to teach English. And he actually moved from Chile to over 39 countries, and he ended up teaching in Vietnam before he made it to Taiwan, I think early in 2025. So I moved over to Taiwan on a very tight budget, but knowing that I could stretch out, my money with the living expenses in Asia being anywhere from $500 to $1,000 that could really sustain you for food, housing for the month. So throughout that time period, I did complete my teaching certification and really eyeballed the March 1st semester as the date that I would actually be able to start work again. And so right now, it wasn't easy, to make this transition, but I was able to get here, and I'm happy to say that, I do have some job offers, and I received some job offers in Taiwan, but I also received a job offer in South Korea that's actually a lot easier financially to transition because they pay for your full housing. Taiwan, they actually don't, and they really require you to really have, your first month rent, which is about $300 to $400 and 2 months deposit. So one of the hard things about South Korea, though, is that they require you to pay for your documents, university diploma, and your FBI background check to be apostille, like a notarization. So that costs about $300. That really kind of broke into my budget, but it kind of, is worth it because I'm going to be able to, I have a job offer. I'm going to be able to get there and really have the ability to really transition a little bit easier. But right now, I'm very close to the finish line, but I need some help crossing it. At the moment, I'm down to, the bottom of my budget. I'm seeking support for my flight to Korea, basic living expenses until April. And during my first month while I'm there, because it takes 1 month before you get paid. So if you're able to support, I'm sharing my GoFundMe right here. I'll be greatly appreciative. If you can't, I completely understand. Thank you for taking the time to listen and watch my journey. This path has taken me from Jacksonville to Tampa, to Taiwan, and soon to South Korea. I'm thankful for the chance to begin this next chapter teaching English in a foreign language. And I'm just grateful for you just being, able to kind of, be here and see and hopefully support me as I make this move. And I hope it encourages anybody else who's been going through any type of health issue, financial issue that, sometimes it's good to just, vocalize what you're going through and share, because you never know how someone else can help you. And you never know who else is going through it too. So it's good to kind of be a leader, as someone that's going through something tough. And one of the hardest things is kind of, step out in faith and really look for, others to kind of be that blessing to you, because God can only bless us through other people. He's not physically